Yo, what's going on, guys? And we're hearing right now Gui Santos, and I'm going to tell you this is interesting. So Gui Santos is finalizing a 3-year deal with the Golden State Warriors. He's the 55th overall pick back in 2022. He's been playing for the Santa Cruz Warriors due to the fact that they had to buy him out from his Brazilian club, Minas. We'll talk about that more. The deal has not been finalized according to Adrian Wojnarowski and Kendra Andrews of ESPN. But what we're talking about right here is that the deal is expected to come in the coming days. Now, Gui Santos is a forward. He can play the 4-3. He can realistically be a small ball 5. In theory, he has the shoulders. He has the framework to do it. Now, let me tell you about Gui Santos and his Minas buyout. So the reason why he didn't directly come to the NBA and why he had been playing in the G League is due to the fact that the Warriors had to pay, I believe, a 6-figure. So they only had to pay him 40,500 of $40,000 and $500, last year, and supposedly that's a fraction of what he was making in Minas. And if they wanted to get him, which obviously they do, they had to pay Minas a buyout. And I'm trying to see if there's anything here, but right here, according to Golden State Warriors CBA on Twitter, this is what he wrote. I'll show you guys a screenshot right now on the screen. Give me 1 second. This is what was written a little while ago. This was July 3rd, 2022. It's here are little caveats why Gui Santos hadn't come earlier to the NBA, because a lot of you are probably thinking, hey, this guy's really good. He's every time we've seen him, in Summer League in the past 2 years, he's shown up, and someone that I think a lot of people in the NBA, especially if you're a Warriors fan, were like, hey, why isn't Gui Santos coming over? So let me make this a little larger. And this is what the first part says right here. As far as GSW CBA, Santos has a contract with Minas through 23 to 24 this year, and his contract contains a buyout for some undisclosed figure. In order for the Warriors to sign him, he would have had to be bought out of his current deal. So the two-way was possible, but it prohibits him from making international player payments for the purpose of signing a two-way or E10. So essentially, if the Warriors want to do anything about putting him on I guess now it's the 18-man roster, 15-man roster, they would have to do a Minas, but they would have to pay Minas. So the caveat here is that it seems if Santos were to buy himself out of his deal, then he shouldn't be prohibited from signing a two-way deal. But it seems like when Gabriel Lundberg was under contract with CSK Moscow in Russia and bought himself out of the deal to be put in a two-way with Phoenix, the Suns had done that by excluding the international player payment. So therefore, this seems like a whole numbers game is what I'm telling you. It's like super complicated cap number stuff that went on here. Looks like he didn't buy himself out and the Warriors bought him out, and instead of putting him on a two-way, they're putting him on the roster on a 3-year deal, which is great. Because when you look at Gui Santos, who came out in 2022, he was someone that I was really excited to see, especially in the G, and he has shown that he's a man amongst boys everywhere. He's a broad shoulder SOB who has I think actual potential to be in the NBA. And so let's talk about him real quick. In summary, I think it was good that he got stashed because he has that great frame. He's got real good on-ball prowess, and I think he's shown he's an effective off-ball player, and the athleticism, I think, is there. And what he's shown is he's a really good pick-and-roll playmaker, either as the scorer who's rim running or as the passer who's facilitating it. And he can pull up. He's got a great shooting motion, but the great thing is because he's been able to get into the lane and draw fouls and use those shoulders. And he's also shown a real weak side rim presence as not only as a shot blocker, but just as a guy who can contest shots. Literally 6'8" with a 7-foot wingspan, 7'1" wingspan, which is insane. And his stats over the last few years in the G aren't bad, baby. So far, he's a guy that I'm trying to follow up his G League stats. Gui Santos Pro Ballers. I don't know why they showed me some guy in here. We go. They showed me some guy named Guilherme. But last year he averaged 10.6 points on 33% from three. Like I said, 33%, not bad, and 48% from the field. So it's really good to see 11.6 rebounds, 2.5 assists. So I'm really excited to see what they have here. So let me hear your thoughts down below, guys. What do you guys think of the signing of Gui Santos? And if you guys are excited as I am about the possibility of him being actually someone who can make an impact. Because if Juan Toscano Anderson can help this team win a championship, I think Gui Santos can do a bit more. No offense to Juan Toscano Anderson. I'm just saying Gui Santos is a bit better, ladies and gentlemen. It's a bit better, a lot better. I would like to say a lot. So let me hear your thoughts down below, and I'm out of here.